Dah. Hi, my name is Azra Hafiz, your TiNKA educator. Welcome to TiNKA Lightboard series. So before we begin, don't forget to follow us on our social media. Press the like button and follow our Facebook and Instagram on the link below. So let's start. So today we're gonna talk about respiration. We've already talked about cellular respiration in chapter 7, and now we're gonna go to chapter 8, where the respiration is more focused on organism. So when we talk about respiration, like I mentioned in chapter 7, it involves the process of taking in oxygen. And as you can see in chapter 7, all of the byproduct of your cellular respiration is carbon dioxide. So in general, respiration is the process of taking in oxygen and removing the carbon dioxide. Now, this process of respiration, what they do is that they require your respiratory system. The respiratory system for different organisms have different mechanism. We're going to go with the simplest one, which is the unicellular organism. For unicellular organism, the respiration occurs on the surface of the cell. The reason is because they are only consisting of one cell, so all the needs that they have is acquired directly from their environment. So for example, let's say I have an amoeba cell. So with our amoeba cell, what happened here is that oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is released. The food is taken in and waste is released. So this is the respiration at cellular level. So the respiration at cellular level, what they do is that they allow the cells to carry out daily processes. As we have seen in our cellular respiration, it provided the cells with energy, and that energy in turn can be used to produce new cells or produce gametes. Now, we go to the much more complex organism. We start off with the fish. In fish, respiration takes place at the gills. The main organ for respiration is the gills. For our fish, the respiration actually are two parts, consists of two different parts. Even though the respiration is straightforward, it starts off with the mouth. What the mouth do is that it creates a buccal cavity for the air to enter. Because fish lives in water, the fluid is state of air, it is actually your water. And in the water, we have the dissolved oxygen. So what they do is here you have the operculum. And this operculum acts as a shield for the gills. At the same time, they allow for the control of pressure within the mouth and the gills. So what they do is when the fish takes in water, this operculum closes. So the first step, what they're going to happen in your fish is that your operculum closes and the mouth open. The closing of the operculum will cause the pressure within buccal cavity to decrease. As the pressure in the buccal cavity or the mouth cavity decreases, it causes the water to rush into the mouth as the pressure on the environment or the surrounding of the fish is higher than the pressure inside the mouth. So water rushes into mouth, and then what the fish will do is that they will close the mouth and open the operculum. Here what will happen is that it creates a great pressure within the mouth region. Inside the buccal cavity, the pressure increases. So what happens is that the water rushes to the gills. Now, in the gills, within this operculum, you have your gills. What we can see is that the gills consist of several structures. So the gills contain the gills fin and the gills arch. And on the gill fin, you have tiny spikes, and these tiny spikes are called lamella. These lamella, what they do is that they uses the idea of countercurrent to be able to absorb the oxygen. Pause. Now, let's take a look at what happened in the lamella. So the lamella is a special structure within the gills, and they are part of the bony structure itself. So the lamella actually have a lot of blood vessels that flow through it. So the lamella is very thin. They are about 1 cell thick. And they are rich in blood capillary. So here, the lamella, we have some of the special characteristics. They are 1 cell thick. They are rich in blood capillary. And as it is underwater, it is always moist. This moist characteristic exists in all respiratory system, and they have large surface area. Now, as I said earlier, the exchange process or the breeding mechanism of fish involve countercurrent, where water moves into the gill up in one direction, and your blade moves in the opposite direction. Here is where your vein is, your artery is. So what happened here is that the dissolved oxygen and the carbon dioxide are exchanged within the lamella. First, the carbon dioxide from the blood cell